think it's a privilege to call yourself and it's something that you have to earn.
People who knew Tom before he was fully brainwashed say that he was a sweet and loving person, and he's turned into something.
I've heard the stories of what happens, and I've seen these kinds of someone to constantly walk behind you and say, you're insane.
Will and Jada were 100% Scientologists, period. I have a lawsuit against Jada, and I'm in court right now for the civil restraining order, and I mentioned the Church of Scientology in that for the man. Somebody put a dead dog in a trash bag.
Oh, hey, how about this? I showed up to work the first week, and where my office used to be, they built a wall there.
Why?
I didn't know why. But it came out later that they were like, well, they said you wanted it. I don't want to be walled up at the office. I like hanging.
Have you ever noticed how certain celebrities barely seem to age at all? And no, this is not just about plastic surgery. People online keep talking about some mysterious underground liquid that allegedly keeps the rich and famous-looking way younger than they should. The rumors around it are seriously wild, and the deeper people dig, the stranger the stories get. Now here's where things start connecting in a very strange way. Since the early 2000s, Scientology has allegedly been working hard to bring in more black celebrities, especially wealthy entertainers and major Hollywood names. Critics claim the goal was to boost the organization's image and gain more influence in the entertainment world. But things got even more controversial when rumors started spreading that they allegedly tried to recruit Dave Chappelle right after he rejected that massive $50 million deal and suddenly left for Africa.
I got ahead of schedule, and I bounced. And I didn't tell anybody where I was going. The whole time, they're trying to convince me I'm insane. They were trying to get me to take psychotic medication. Yeah.
A lot of people believe Dave stepping away from Hollywood made powerful figures nervous. Scientology and Hollywood have been linked in public discussions for years, and some former insiders have claimed certain celebrity handlers were connected to Scientology-style control tactics. Then an old website called ChappelleTheory.com added even more mystery by claiming there was a hidden group of influential black Hollywood figures known as the Dark Crusaders. According to that website, the pressure on Dave Chappelle allegedly became intense behind the scenes. The claims said certain powerful people wanted him to fall in line, and rumors even spread that his family could be targeted if he refused to cooperate. None of these accusations were ever proven, but the stories added even more mystery around his sudden exit from Hollywood. Then things got even more serious when Dave returned from Africa and appeared on the Oprah Winfrey Show to explain why he disappeared so suddenly. During the interview, he described feeling like people around him were trying to convince him he was mentally unstable. He also claimed some individuals pushed antipsychotic medication on him, which made him deeply uncomfortable. I got ahead of schedule and I bounced, and I didn't tell anybody where I was going. The whole time they're trying to convince me I'm insane. They were trying to get me to take psychotic medication. I said, I'm not taking this medicine, man, because I know how these people be trying to control you or maybe discredit you. Those statements instantly sparked major debate online, with fans questioning what was really happening behind closed doors in Hollywood. I was afraid, but you were stressed out. There's no question about that.
Like I'm sitting around, I was stressed out, but the people that were telling me I was insane, I believe that they knew what was going on. So, this was troublesome.
Yeah.
I said, I'm not taking this medicine, man, because I know these people be trying to control you or maybe discredit you. I was afraid,
But you were stressed out. That's why.
There's no question. But it's very stressful for someone to constantly walk behind you and say.
Dave admitted the situation was putting heavy pressure on him, and you could hear the tension in the conversation. He explained that dealing with nonstop stress while people constantly questioned his state of mind became exhausting. The way he described it made many viewers feel like he was trapped in an environment where every move was being watched and analyzed. That interview only pushed the speculation even further online. Now this is where the conversation takes an even darker turn. A lot of people online believe the kind of pressure Dave described sounded similar to tactics critics have associated with Scientology for years.
Oh, hey, how about this? I showed up to work the first week, and where my office used to be, they built a wall there.
Why?
I didn't know why. But it came out later that they were like, well, they said you wanted it. I don't want to be walled up at the office. I like hanging.
One topic that always comes up is something called fair game, a controversial policy connected to Scientology founder L. Ron Hubbard back in the 1960s. According to former members and public reports, the policy allegedly described how critics or perceived enemies could be aggressively targeted. Hubbard reportedly wrote that people labeled as fair game could be deceived, sued, or publicly discredited. Critics have pointed to those writings for decades as evidence of how harsh the organization could allegedly become toward opponents. What really shocked people was another reported statement tied to Hubbard, where he allegedly said that if someone attacks Scientology, the goal should be to ruin him utterly. That phrase alone has fueled controversy and debate for years, especially whenever former members or celebrities speak out against the organization.
You are deemed an enemy of the Church of Scientology. They're going to use any mean possible to come after you. And it's just nasty stuff.
What do they call that again? They have a word for it.
Fair game.
Fair game. And can you explain what that is?
Fair game is, like I said, it was the actual written policy of anybody who's been deemed an enemy of the Church of Scientology. You use any tactics possible to come after them. They are fair game.
Wow. It's like the cops too. I mean, you've chatted about the LAPD.
You know, not long ago, the Hollywood Division police station on Wilcox, they used to have a Scientology kiosk inside of there.
Wow, really?
And there are Hollywood cops who are in the Church of Scientology.
Officially, Scientology said the term fair game was canceled back in the late 1960s. But according to multiple whistleblowers and former members, critics claim the tactics themselves never really disappeared. They just allegedly stopped using the actual name while the methods continued behind the scenes. What made the controversy even bigger was that, as late as 1985, Scientology reportedly argued in court that aggressively responding to enemies was part of its protected religious practices under the Constitution. That claim sparked major backlash and kept the debate alive for decades. One tactic critics often talk about is something called a noisy investigation. Former insiders described it as a strategy where private investigators allegedly contact a person's friends, neighbors, co-workers, or business connections while claiming they are investigating serious wrongdoing. According to critics, the goal is not always to uncover evidence, but to create suspicion and damage someone's reputation in public. These accusations have been brought up for years by journalists, ex-members, and people who publicly criticize the organization. And this is where Hollywood enters the picture again. Some people believe certain entertainment industry handlers and fixers allegedly learned similar pressure tactics through connections tied to Scientology circles. The organization's long history in Hollywood has only added more speculation and controversy around those claims. Scientology has had its famous celebrity center in Hollywood for decades, and over the years, many major stars have been publicly connected to the organization, including names like Tom Cruise and Jerry Seinfeld. Because of those deep entertainment industry ties, critics have long questioned how much influence the group may have behind the scenes in Hollywood circles. Then more controversy exploded when celebrity bodyguard Big Homie CC made claims involving Diddy. According to him, some of the alleged blackmail-style tactics connected to powerful entertainment figures were not created out of nowhere. He claimed those methods were supposedly learned from Scientology-connected individuals in Hollywood, which only added even more speculation and debate online.
What do you think about them accusing Diddy of having cameras in his house so he could record celebrities and politicians and use it as blackmail?
I firmly believe that's true because in that sector of people, a lot of them practice Scientology. And Scientology, that was their thing. They would get people in compromising positions. They'd hold that footage over their head and get them to agree to things. I think he one of them Scientology people, bro, because that's probably where he got that from. A lot of powerful guys operate like that. So the things I'm seeing with him, it all makes sense.
Then Jaguar Wright added even more fuel to the controversy when she publicly made similar claims. She alleged there was a deeper connection between Scientology and a rumored network of powerful Hollywood elites operating behind the scenes. Her statements quickly spread online, with many people debating whether these alleged industry connections were real or just part of the growing speculation surrounding celebrity influence and control in Hollywood. So when someone like Dave Chappelle suddenly walks away from a massive $50 million deal and refuses to follow the normal Hollywood system, people immediately start asking questions. Some critics believe powerful industry figures know exactly how to apply pressure, isolate celebrities, and damage their public image when someone steps away from the spotlight or refuses to cooperate. That's why Dave's story sparked so much discussion online. But things become even more confusing when people compare Scientology's public beliefs to some of the accusations tied to these situations. Scientology has long presented itself as strongly opposed to psychiatry and certain psychiatric medications, which made some viewers question Dave's claims about people allegedly encouraging him to take medication during that stressful period of his life. Scientology has publicly promoted its opposition to psychiatry for years, even opening the Psychiatry and Industry of Death Museum in Los Angeles, which is connected to the church. The exhibit has sparked major controversy because it blames psychiatry for a wide range of historical tragedies and global problems. Critics have also pointed to reports that some members signed agreements expressing strong opposition to psychiatric treatment or medication. A lot of people were reminded of this during Tom Cruise's famous televised comments about mental health medication. His criticism of Brooke Shields for using antidepressants after postpartum depression created a huge public backlash at the time.
Here's the problem. You don't know the history of psychiatry. I do. All it does is mask the problem, Matt. And if you understand the history of it, it masks the problem. That's what it does. That's all it does. You're not getting to the reason why. There is no such thing as a chemical imbalance.
So postpartum depression to you is
Matt,
kind of a little psychological gobbledygook?
No, I did not say that.
I'm just asking, what would you call it?
Matt, that is the post. Now you're talking about two different things.
But that's what she went on the antidepressant for.
But what happens, the antidepressant, all it does is mask the problem. There's ways of vitamins and through exercise and various things. I'm not saying that that isn't real.
During the debate, Cruz argued that psychiatry was harmful and claimed people did not fully understand its history. But here's the problem. You don't know the history of psychiatry. That moment became one of the most talked about celebrity interviews of the 2000s and brought even more attention to Scientology's views on mental health treatment. A lot of people felt those comments were extremely reckless. Postpartum depression is a serious medical condition that can deeply affect new mothers, and mental health professionals have repeatedly warned that discouraging treatment could prevent people from getting the help they need. That's why Tom Cruise's criticism of antidepressants created such a huge backlash at the time and sparked nationwide debates about mental health care and celebrity influence. But this is where critics say the situation starts looking contradictory. Publicly, Scientology has spent years speaking against psychiatry and certain mental health medications. Yet Dave Chappelle later claimed that during one of the most stressful periods of his life, people around him allegedly pushed him toward antipsychotic medication, even though he personally felt he did not need it.
I got ahead of schedule, and I bounced. And I didn't tell anybody where I was going. The whole time, they're trying to convince me I'm insane. They were trying to get me to take psychotic medication. Yeah. Like I'm sitting around, I was stressed out, but the people that were telling me I was insane, I believe that they knew what was going on. So, this was troublesome.
Yeah.
I said, I'm not taking this medicine, man, because I know these people be trying to control you or maybe discredit you. I was afraid,
But you were stressed out. That's why.
There's no question. But it's very stressful for someone to constantly walk behind you and say.
That contrast raised major questions online, with many people wondering why medication would allegedly be encouraged in one situation while publicly criticized in another. Dave made it clear that he did not believe he was losing his mind. That's why some critics found the situation so strange. They questioned why an organization publicly known for criticizing psychiatric medication would allegedly be connected to people encouraging Dave to take those kinds of meds during such a stressful time in his life. According to online speculation, some people believe the real issue was never medication itself, but control and public perception. Critics argue that if a celebrity can be portrayed as unstable or mentally unwell, it becomes easier to discredit what they are saying in public. Those theories have circulated around Hollywood discussions for years, especially whenever famous entertainers suddenly step away from the spotlight or speak out against powerful industry systems. Then the conversation shifts into another mystery people constantly debate online: how certain celebrities seem to barely age at all. Tom Cruise is one of the biggest examples brought up in those discussions. Even in his 60s, people still talk about how youthful he looks compared to his actual age, which has fueled endless rumors and speculation for years. Jada Pinkett Smith has also been linked to Scientology rumors for years, and people online constantly point out how youthful she still looks. Even as she gets older, fans keep debating how some celebrities seem to age so differently compared to the average person. Beyoncé gets brought into those conversations too, with many people saying she has looked nearly the same for decades and barely appears to change over time.
The substance is real. How do you explain that Lindsay Lohan looked like this before and now she transformed into this? What do you say about Madonna? She completely became a different person. Christina Aguilera exploded the news. And what do you say about Adele? It speaks for itself.
This doctor over here reveals what the substance is. So please listen very carefully before they delete this video.
Most people, especially young people, probably don't realize that they're walking around right now at about 55%, maybe 60% of their true state of normal. There is a nutrient, amino acid, substrate, compound, an element missing from their body that if they knew what it was, would make the difference between them being an average person and being a...
That's where the internet theories start getting even more intense. Rumors have circulated for years, claiming certain wealthy celebrities may allegedly have access to exclusive anti-aging treatments, experimental wellness programs, or high-end cosmetic procedures that regular people could never afford or access. None of these claims have been proven, but the speculation continues growing whenever fans compare celebrity appearances across different decades. Some people even connect these rumors to movies like The Substance starring Demi Moore, which explores extreme beauty and aging themes in a disturbing way. Online conspiracy discussions have tried linking fictional stories like that to alleged real-life elite treatments, though there is no verified evidence supporting those claims. Still, the mystery around celebrity aging continues to keep people talking. The Church of Scientology has long been known for having major financial resources and strong connections to celebrity culture. Because of that, some online theories claim the organization gives special treatment to its biggest stars and protects its high-profile members very carefully. Of course, many people believe the youthful appearance of celebrities simply comes from expensive skincare, cosmetic procedures, personal trainers, nutrition plans, and access to top medical experts. But the mystery keeps growing because Scientology has often been described as extremely private about its higher-level teachings and internal practices. That secrecy has fueled years of rumors and speculation about what may really happen behind closed doors. Then things get even stranger when people bring up celebrity beauty treatments, like the one Sandra Bullock once mentioned publicly. Her comments about a very unusual form of microneedling instantly went viral online and sparked a wave of shocking reactions from fans trying to figure out exactly what she meant. Sandra Bullock has never publicly confirmed being involved with Scientology, and there is no verified proof that she was ever a member. Still, rumors circulated back in the 2000s claiming the organization allegedly wanted to recruit her during the height of Tom Cruise's public relationships. Those stories were never confirmed, but they became part of the larger wave of Hollywood speculation surrounding Scientology's celebrity connections. That's why critics often describe two very different public images surrounding the organization. On one side, Scientology has openly criticized psychiatry and certain mental health medications for years. On the other side, allegations from former insiders and celebrity stories have fueled claims that pressure tactics, reputation attacks, and even discussions around medication were allegedly used in certain situations involving high-profile figures. Then there are the non-stop rumors about elite anti-aging treatments and secret wellness programs tied to celebrity culture.
Why didn't they ask Leah Remini? She's a little more credible. But then again, she might have been able to pull some of their cards, because a lot of them motherfuckers is involved in that Scientology bullshit too. Right into the corner where Biggie was killed. I was just there. Literally. And that building, it's a big gaudy Masonic looking thing. You know, it's all right, architecturally wise. But what gets really interesting about it is when the sun goes down, you turn the lights on, blood red, pure blood red, who built the clothes, pure blood. It just feels disturbing to me. You put this thing up that looks like some kind of Masonic monument where Biggie Smalls was shot to death. And at night, You thought that the color should be black red.
You spoke about Scientology.
Yeah.
Does that have to do with anything with the Illuminati, or is that just separate entities?
They're separate entities, but they work in tandem.
Right.
They spy on each other's people for each other. You know, if they don't want to make it look like they're stalking one of their, defectees, they'll ask somebody from TMZ to do it for them. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that out loud, allegedly. Harvey. They farm it out, make it seem like it's just paparazzi stuff when they're actually doing an investigation. And Scientologists, they're relentless. A lot of people farm out their gaslighting work to them for a profit. That's LA.
While there is no verified evidence proving these claims, people continue debating why some stars seem to age so differently compared to everyone. So what do you think is really happening behind the scenes? Is this all just internet speculation and Hollywood gossip, or is there more to these stories than people realize? And why do you think controversies around medication, celebrity control, and anti-aging rumors keep surfacing around powerful entertainment circles? Drop your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to Melanin Perspective for more such videos.